Lowdown because we're joined by Mr. Corey Taylor. Double duty, playing twice on the main stage, you greedy.
What? I blame you people, all right? Everybody's just like, oh, it's not download without Corey, so I show up twice.
Yeah.
And I can't win, I can't buy a bucket.
What are you going to do on Saturday? If you're playing on the Friday and the Sunday?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Not do a damn thing. I'm like, God, I'm an idiot.
So, long-running history with all things download.
Yes.
When was the first time?
First time was actually, it was either 2002 or 2003 with Stone Sour.
Yeah, I thought it was Stone Sour before
Yeah. And I remember that. I was so drunk. Well, I mean, I was not necessarily during the show, but that specific download, it was very strange. They had this big, like, giant, like, chessboard in the middle of like all the tents. They had like all these tents like out there, right? So there's like this giant chessboard where all the pieces were like our size, like, and I can remember waking up with an empty bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'm like cradling the queen or something.
Amazing.
I mean, it was so. I'm like, and I mean, it was the middle of the day.
Don't get me wrong, it's better than it's the queen.
I'm like, oh, what?
It's better that it's the queen than the bishop.
Well, I don't know my chess pieces that well. It could no, but the show was great. You know, I had bought this this T-shirt with the Union Jack on it, and I'd like scribbled on it with Sharpie, so I reeked of ink, you know, of marker ink, and I'd written Donington in like huge letters, and then no one could read it. Like it was so bad. And then I took the shirt off, and it had bled through because I'd sweat so bad. I'm like, I'm such a. It was terrible.
10 out of 10 for effort, though.
Well, you know, I mean, I just want people to know how much I tried to do something mildly impressive. So.
And was it something that you super looked forward to the first time at Castle Donington?
Well, yeah,
like it must have been
come
nuts.
Come on, man. I mean, I've said this, you know, since day one. You know, that's that festival that I read about when I was a kid. You know, I mean, that's that festival that I would read in, you know, Rip magazine, because we couldn't get Kerrang where I lived. So I read about it in Rip, I read about it in Metal Edge, I read about it in Circus and Hit Parader, and like, I mean, that was the concert, you know, and I can remember reading about it in study hall in a high school and just going, God, what if one day I could play it, not headline it, but I mean, just play it, you know? And then, you know, obviously, you know, 2009, we headlined it, and it was one of the highlights of my life, you know? I mean, just stepping out on that stage, I was seriously on the verge of tears. Like, I almost missed the first part of Sick because I was so, like, emotional. And, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was so, you know, to be able to kind of draw that line from that moment back to sitting at that, you know, that crappy lunch table, reading about Maiden and Guns N' Roses and Metallica and AC/DC, you know, I mean, those epic gigs, and being like, I'm a part of that history now, you know, it just makes me proud.